Hi everyone, my favourite time of year when I get to put one of my favourite shirts on. Wish you all the best for the festive season and for a great break over Christmas. 2025, it's been an interesting and challenging year for all of us, but for the industry in particular. I've seen a couple of good friends lose their businesses through the year. Watson's Transport earlier in the year and Ron Crouch Transport have gone into administration. It's just a sign of the environment we're in, unfortunately. Margins are very tough and it's made it a more difficult year for us. But I'm really proud of the outcomes we have achieved. We've dug in, we've worked hard together, we've broken down a lot of silos, and well, we're here and we're here for the long run. I think our operational excellence focus and the Simon Way have been a big part of that. We've really achieved some great outcomes through that. I look forward to that happening again next year. Overall, our general freight volumes have been down significantly. That's symptomatic of the whole industry. Defence and projects have also been down, had quieter years, but as I said, we've tied our costs, aligned our costs with our revenue and come out of it better than most. That's all we can hope for. We've worked hard to do that. Through the year, we've seen a number of key milestones. We've seen Shane Woodsey celebrate his 40 years, but unfortunately last week Shane succumbed to a battle with pneumonia and then a stroke and passed away. So Shane celebrated 40 years at 61 years of age. It was great to celebrate his life at his funeral last week. We also had Peter Tennyson last week celebrate 30 years back with Simon. He did leave for a few months back in the early 90s after 5 years with us then, so he's approaching his 40 years but celebrated 30 back with us. Brian Bracken was awarded the Simon Way Leadership Role Award, and that followed him being appointed to the Brisbane State Manager's role, Queensland State Manager's role. Brian's really lifted and shown great leadership skills that he's developed through our Future Leaders program. The other winner was Alex Ray, who won the Simon Way Ambassadors Award for 2025. Again, shown great leadership with the skills he developed through that program. Our third batch of Simon Future Leaders has started and now a few months into the program, and we look forward to seeing them develop their skills and advance within the business. Through the year, we've introduced a lot of new equipment, body trucks, trailers. In particular amongst the trailers, we've introduced 4 18 pallet B-double lead trailers. So they're very long lead trailers, very long B-doubles, but very high productivity trailers that are more efficient for us and for our customers. And this week in Brisbane on the road, we've introduced our first 2 new electric rigid body trucks. So it's great to see them finally on the road, and we look forward to seeing what they can do for us in the years ahead. In other highlights through 2025, we did put out a couple of podcasts. One of those in particular focused on Shane Woods and his contribution to the business. The other profoundly deaf drivers we put on as a result of our experience with Shane, and a couple of others in more recent times, but 2 long-term additions in the early days. I guess wrapping up 2025, it has, as I said at the start, been a pretty tough year. I think 2026 is going to start in a similar manner. We're going to need to continue to focus on costs, on doing some things like more country runs ourselves. That's something we're doing very successfully to make sure our equipment is well utilised. The second half of 2026, I hope I'm right, but I do feel that everything's in place. Our sales development team are doing great things. Projects we're aware of, a new business we believe is likely. We should see a better second half of 2026. Again, just wrapping up, all the best for everybody for a safe and enjoyable break over Christmas, and we look forward to you coming back in 2026 and sharing the year with us.